This is apparently the most hated man on the internet. This is a man called Martin Shkreli, I believe it's pronounced. He's 32 and he is the chief executive of Turing Pharmaceuticals. And what he has done is he has bought the rights to a 62-year-old drug that is used in the treatment of AIDS patients who have toxoplasmosis. And he's increased the price. It costs $1 to make a tablet. The current price is $13.50 that it retails for. And he's bumped it up to $750 per tablet on the grounds that he's a businessman and he needs to make money. And this has exploded. It is everywhere. Even Hillary Clinton has gotten in the act basically saying this is absolutely reprehensible.
And there's just nothing that can be done about that?
No, anybody who criticises him, he responds with very robust language.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, it's another interesting one because this is our 2-minute hate guy for the day, clearly. But this kind of stuff has been going on for a very, very long time, and not just in pharmaceuticals. One of the reasons that food is so expensive these days is because futures traders have been investing in things like corn and meat and all this kind of stuff, and their gambling has sent the prices into orbit. So it just, because it's AIDS, it perhaps has
it's very
emotional
emotive.
resonance.
Yeah. The one good thing about being the most hated man on the internet, as you say, is it's only ever for 2 minutes because somebody else comes along and they're hated even more for you. But I mean, he might get into double figures actually with his kind of hate space. Let's speak to Jonathan Davis, wealth manager and economist, about this story. Hi, Jonathan.
Good morning, Kate.
Good morning. So there's nothing to impede this man from doing this, from boosting the price of a very important drug, which can help thousands and millions of people out of their price range. That's it. He can do it.
He has the intellectual property. In other words, how to make this drug. And if it's a unique drug and the doctors need it, then he can charge pretty well whatever he wants. I'd like to put it in context, though, which I don't think is coming out in this presentation you're making.
That's why we asked you on, Jonathan.
An entire treatment of this drug cures the condition in question for approximately £30,000, which sounds an absolutely fantastic sum of money. The alternatives, from what I see, are £300,000 a year. £30,000 in total compared to £300,000 a year. In other words, not curing. So that's the first context. The second context is that prior to purchasing this company, the $13.50 per pill that was quoted was actually loss-making. Well, you cannot have a business, whether it's drugs or food or whatever, which loses money, because then it goes out of business and then no one gets the drugs. So
the gap
those are the contexts.
The gap between £13.50 and $750 is absolutely massive. Surely there is a money-making point in between the two.
I've no doubt that they have an intention of making money, and I hope that they do, because they're also going to spend, according to the chief executive, of the highest percentage of revenues on research and development. So there's a win-win-win here.
Right, okay. So it's a good news story, you think, Jonathan?
It is a good news story. That doesn't mean that it's exclusively good news, but yes, it's a good news story.
Well, interesting perspective, and it's always good to get alternative perspectives. Thanks very much, Jonathan.